It is a freaking fantastic day because Sony just announced that they're going to be rolling out the first major updates to the PlayStation 5 starting in the next 24 hours. And this actually includes some pretty big details, including some external storage, new social features, and some stuff that I feel like might change the way we look at the PS5. This, in my opinion, is extremely needed. What's up, gamers? Dreamcastguy here, and I'm working on a bunch of big reviews and stuff right now, but I want to just take a moment to kind of acknowledge the fact that this is a very juicy update. The fact that the system came out in November, and we're just now getting some of these features in April, that's a bit strange, but let's give them credit where it's due. Now, starting things off, let's look at the biggest thing, which is definitely the PlayStation 5 storage expansion. Now, Sony themselves has been trying to work on this for months. This was one of the things that seemed like it might be here for launch, and it didn't make launch, but here it is. Store PlayStation 5 games on compatible external USB drives. With this feature, you can now transfer your PS5 games to USB extended storage. Now, this is great. Now, let's talk about this because there's two big parts of this that I feel like people don't fully understand. Now, we do want to make a note here. It's faster to install the games on your PlayStation 5 than your USB. You re-download them, but basically the thing is that it can't run directly from the USB drive. They actually make a note of that here. So what you can do is if you install a game, you can then take the installed version of the game and put it on your external drive. That way, if you're going to lose internet, if you're just trying to store the files themselves, it's easier than trying to just pull out of the cloud every single time. But you can't play directly from the USB drive, which means that if you want to try and play something like Sackboy's Big Adventure, you will have to take this game, put it on the external storage, and put it back when you want to play it. Now, here's why that's important, is this is a big news story that actually dropped just yesterday. PlayStation 3 game patches have reportedly started disappearing ahead of store closure. Now, you might be saying that, okay, so why is this a big deal? So it stopped having patches. Well, here's the thing is that basically every single game you own right now, at some point, it's probably going to stop working. Not because the disc broke, not because you stopped owning it, but because the patches themselves eventually just disintegrate. Well, external storage is a way of solving that. Now what you'll be able to do is, if you truly love a game, you love the current version of it, and you think that at some point they may stop supporting it, you will now be able to install the entire game on an external hard drive, and whenever you want, dump it back onto the PlayStation 5. Now, if for no other reason, this is great for archiving purposes, but it's also good for people that maybe are trying to play other games and don't want to constantly re-update Call of Duty, because that thing is like 350 gigs or whatever. This is such a necessary update, but I want to talk about the other part of this, which is very, very strange, which is these new social features. Now, normally, whatever, social features, those little tweaks and stuff to make it where bubbles look different in chat boxes, this is pretty substantial. This is actually a big one, but this is the craziest one. You're now going to be able to stream your PlayStation 5 games to a PlayStation 4 player, kinda. So there's this thing called Share Play. If you haven't tried it before, it basically makes it where you can go into a party on PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5, and while you're there, there's like a digital version of passing the controllers, what they call it. So you can get into a party and then make it where, all right, we're playing a co-op game, you can pass the controller back and forth digitally. Well, they're actually going to enable it so you can play stuff on your PlayStation 4 or your PlayStation 5, which to me is kind of bonkers. What this means specifically is, say you're doing something like playing Miles Morales on the PlayStation 5. Well, your friend who's trying to just be in the party with him, you're talking and he says, wow, this game looks great. Not only can you stream your screen to them, but now it's saying that basically what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to just enable this Share Play feature. Somebody on a PlayStation 4 could play your PlayStation 5 onto their TV. Now, let's be clear, they don't say it in this thing right here. This takes incredibly fast internet. If you're trying to do this on dial-up, or if you're just trying to like mobile hotspot on your phone, it's probably going to explode. This takes like Google Fiber. Like, this is going to take the fastest internet connections from both people. Or maybe if something I might do with this is maybe there might be a loophole way to play this within the same house. I only own one PlayStation 5, but I do own a second PlayStation 4. Maybe I'll be able to do something where I hook the PS4 up downstairs and remote play broadcast my PS5 to every TV. This is an interesting change, but let's look at the other part of this. The things I feel like I hear people kind of complaining the most about when it comes to the PlayStation 5 isn't the release schedule, it's not the games themselves, it's a lot of times the quality of life features, the fact that some parts of the PlayStation 5 are just clunkier than the PlayStation 4 was. I think we can all agree that. It's nice that the menus are faster, but some of the stuff just doesn't feel as good. Well, in this we're getting a bunch of tiny little things that are going to tweak the experience to make it a lot better, like an instant ability to disable game chat or adjust players' volumes. Things like that are very, very nice. Occasionally you're playing a game like Rogue Company and you get in a lobby with screaming children. It's nice that we'll just have an instant ability to turn people up, down, or off. Game update pre-download. Once it's enabled by developers, title updates for games will pre-download to your console if automatic update setting is enabled. Your console is on or in rest mode. This will let you start playing the latest version of the game immediately after the update's release. I love this. This is one of the things I feel like every system needs to have, because it makes it where I have my console always in rest mode. I mean, I'm never fully shutting it off. I'm always having it in rest mode so I can just boot it up and play stuff. This is one of the smaller features that I feel like is really appreciated, because it makes it where now the system is just going to be much more playable. It's going to make it where whenever you want to sit down with a controller, already every game is instantly up to date. I love that. Now this is the thing, customizing your game library, so new ways to search, hide games, stuff like that. I do own over 500 PlayStation 4 games, so sometimes when I'm going through my library, it is a little bit weird that I have to try and search alphabetically or by newest. It's going to be nice that I can try and hide stuff. You know, there are certain games that I'm never going to play again. There are actually games in my PlayStation 4 library that are dead. They're broken. They don't exist anymore. Things like Drawn to Death, that's in my PlayStation library. I can't play that. This game, the whole studio has been completely canceled. So now it's nice that I'll be able to just click hide in that library. Now the thing here it feels like the PlayStation people are talking about the most, or the Sony fans are the most hyped about, is of course the trophy updates. Now look, I'm a big trophy hunter myself. I platinum stuff all the time, things from Risk of Rain or Diablo, like I definitely get in plats, but these people are definitely more into it than I am, so a lot of people are celebrating this stuff. The level of trophies that result in automatic capture of screenshots or video clips can now be customized, because currently, whenever you do anything, any trophy from pick 5 flowers to kill 5,000 enemies, it'll take a screenshot or record a video of it. You can now adjust stuff, because, I mean, some bronzes I don't care about. You can now choose to only capture or save images, videos, or moments when you earn higher grade trophies, like a gold or a platinum. We're also introducing a new player stats screen so you can check out the summary of your trophy levels and status at a glance. This is so clean. This is so nice. This is a much more readable sense of information. Honestly, I felt like the PlayStation 4 had much more readable information when it came to trophies and stuff, so I'm glad that they're doing this update to kind of streamline the experience and make that information much more digestible. But this seems like a pretty nice update. It's sizable, it's good, but it still doesn't have some of the talk I wish would just kind of bring up. Maybe it's in the background, maybe it's stuff that's just not going to be in a blog post, but I want more stability updates. I still have had some games randomly crashing on my PlayStation 5, especially some PS4 stuff crashes pretty frequently on my PlayStation 5. And this isn't a huge problem. I'm not afraid of my PS5 exploding, but it is weird that at least once a week I have a game crash. I don't think, I mean, just to be brutally honest here, I don't think I've ever owned a console before that's had so many hard crashes of games ever in my life. So hopefully they managed to put more stability functionality, because I'm not sure if that's a developer problem, a patching problem, an integration problem, but to me, as long as the experience is nice and smooth and playable, I am a very happy gamer. This is going to be a good thing, and I guess I'm definitely installing it tomorrow because I do have my system in rest mode, so I am ready for that freaking update. What do you think though? Is this good news to you? Have you managed to track down a PlayStation 5? I did hear a rumor, maybe I shouldn't say this, I've heard that PlayStation 5s may get even more scarce here in the next couple months. It sounds like maybe the chip shortage may get worse before it gets better, so they may actually have more trouble trying to make extra PlayStation 5s. But I guess we'll see very, very soon. Just for funsies, hey look, Days Gone 2, it's not canceled. It's me and Days Gone 2 bike. Okay, I'm done being cheesy. So thanks so much for watching, gamers. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. But do me the biggest favor of all, and keep dreaming. I have a big review coming out very, very soon about Returnal for PlayStation 5 and Pokemon Snap for the Nintendo Switch. So it's going to be a very, very fun week. Oh, and then I got to talk about the new Nier game. Oh my gosh, a fun week, Gaming! Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.